Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, and the fully Enlightened One. May the blessings of the Triple Gem be upon you all, friends in the Dhamma. Today, once again, we are going to listen to a Dhamma talk on a particular subject. Now, I kindly wish you all very peaceful and a clear mind during the time of listening to this Dhamma talk. We all know that our Buddha, Supreme Buddha, the Enlightened One, in his journey of practicing perfections, practice generosity and virtues and abandonment, nekkhamma, wisdom, energy in the wholesome way, and practice the forbearance and khanti, practice the truthfulness without telling lies, and keeping the truthfulness in his whole life, practice sheer energy and determination, and also practice metta, loving kindness to all people and animals, near and far in his life, and practice equanimity. The Buddha, practicing these 10 perfections in 13 different ways, in levels, just achieved the huge amount of parami energy, incalculable. That energy is immeasurable. Ultimately, the Buddha achieved and gained what he expected and wished for in his whole journey of samsara, which is omniscient knowledge, sabbanyuta jnana. The Buddha achieved that sabbanyuta jnana, and also by the power of this omniscient knowledge, by the power of wholesome 10 perfections, by the wholesome power of virtues of the Buddha, and meditative power and concentration, and insight knowledge and supramundane knowledge. May you all enjoy the peaceful mind during this Dhamma talk, and also may you all be able to understand each and every word and phrase coming up from this Dhamma talk, and also all the Dhamma factors, having understood these Dhamma factors clearly, being able to keep all these Dhamma factors in your mind, putting all these Dhamma factors into practice in your life, establish your life in this Dhamma. May all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana, and also listening to this Dhamma talk become a pure Dhamma path to your final emancipation and freedom with the attainment of Nibbana. That is my kind wish and aspiration for all the members who have come online to listen to this Dhamma talk. Today I am going to talk to you about the second part of the Dakkhiṇa-Vibhaṅga Sutta, which is purely about the generous practice. And the last week, or the last month, not last week, the last month, in the last Dhamma talk, we learned how this Dhamma Desana, Dhamma talk from the Buddha came to be, where it happened, and the audience. I think it would be good for every one of us to get the beginning of this sutta reminded, and it will help us to understand and also step to the second part of the Dhamma talk today. This is briefly to you. The Buddha once visited his born village and kingdom. Everyone knows that the Buddha was born in the Sakyan kingdom. So the relatives of the Buddha built a specific monastery and a vihara to the Buddha and Sangha. That's called Nigrodharama Vihara. Once the Buddha was there with Venerable Ananda, so the Buddha's stepmother, the Pajapati Gotami, made a visit to the Buddha with 2 pieces of cloth, specifically made for the Buddha. And she made by herself with the support of her servants and working people. So Pajapati Gotami, the stepmother, wanted to offer 2 pieces of cloth to the Buddha directly. Then the Buddha refused it and mentioned that it would be good for Pajapati Gotami to offer these pieces of clothes to the Sangha. When you are going to offer these 2 pieces of clothes to the Sangha, it will be offered to me as well. So Buddha is included in the Sangha in that way. That is what briefly the Buddha mentioned. So 3 times she tried her best to just offer these 2 pieces of clothes to the Buddha, but she failed. And just describing the importance of offering something to the Sangha, Buddha started to explain and deliver this Dhamma talk. Not directly to Pajapati Gotami, the stepmother of the Buddha, but the Buddha focused, taking her issue as a topic. The Buddha delivered this sutta, explained these Dhamma factors to Venerable Ananda. So, in the last Dhamma talk, we briefly discussed about the 14 kinds of individual dana, 14 types of private dana, and to whom and in what way, and what are those individuals representing as receivers, and how that offerings and generous practice brings results to you and to the one who offers and gives that offerings. Today we are going to just discuss about the not individual dana and offerings, but this is a Sangha dana. The sutta says, Sattha-ko panimananda Sanghagata Dakkhiṇa. Ananda, there are 7 kinds of Sangha danas and offerings to the Sangha. 7 types of 7 kinds of offering. Not to a certain individual, a certain person, but to the great Sangha, the congregations of Sangha or disciples of the Buddha. Katama Sattva, what 7? Buddha Pamukhe Ubato Sanghe Dhanandeti. Ayam Patama Sangha Gata Dakkhiṇa. Ananda, one can offer dana to both Sangha. Both Sangha means Bhikkhu Sangha, the male disciples of the Buddha, Bhikkhuni Sangha, female disciples of the Buddha, Bhikkhuni Sangha. So at that time, there were no Bhikkhunis. Still, Pajapati Gotami was a lay person. And then the Buddha was saying, if someone is going to offer a dana to both Sangha, included Bhikkhus and Bhikkhunis, but headed by the Buddha, Buddha also is present there. So that is the first dana. Ayam Patama Sanghagata Dakkhiṇa. That is a very effective, rewarding and fruitful and beneficial dana to the Sangha. What is the point? Because both Sangha is represented. Bhikkhu Sangha, Bhikkhuni Sangha. Not a specific number. Maybe 1,000, maybe more than that, maybe few, but without just mentioning a specific number, the devotee offers dana to the Bhikkhu Sangha, Bhikkhuni Sangha, and also the Buddha. Then 3 parts are there included here. The Buddha is there, Bhikkhu Sangha is there, Bhikkhuni Sangha is there. This kind of dana can be taken place only during the Buddha's lifetime. And after that, it's not possible. Buddha should be present for this dana. So the Buddha was saying to the Venerable Ananda, Buddha Pamuke Ubato Sanghe Danang Deti, Ayam Patama Sanghagata Dakkhiṇa. This is the first dana to the Buddha and both Sangha. Second one, Tathagate Parinibbute Ubato Sanghe Danang Deti. When the Buddha passed away into Nibbana, then a disciple or the lay person, a devotee can offer dana to both Sangha. The Buddha is not there. Buddha passed away into Nibbana. Ubato Sanghe Danang Deti. But Venerable Sangha is there. Bhikkhunis are available. One can invite Venerable Bhikkhus, Venerable Nuns to a certain house, to a certain hall and certain place. And by himself or herself or with a group can organize a dana and offer to the Sangha, both Sangha. This may happen after the Buddha passed away. Ubato Sanghe Danang Deti. Ayam Dutiya Sanghagata Dakkhiṇa. This is the second type of dana to the Mahasangha. The third one is Bhikkhu Sanghe Danang Deti. Ayam Tatiya Sanghagata Dakkhiṇa. One can offer a dana, a Sangha dana, Sangha offering to only to a group of monks. The Buddha is not there, the Bhikkhunis are not there. One can focus on only the Sangha, Bhikkhu Sangha. It is all, number is not involved there. So, that is the third dana. Fourth dana is Bhikkhuni Sanghe Danang Deti. Ayam Chatutti Sanghagata Dakkhiṇa. Again, one can offer a dana to a group of bhikkhunis. Number is not involved, but one can invite 1,000 bhikkhunis, 2,000 bhikkhunis or more or less, and focused on Bhikkhuni Sangha. That is a fourth type of dana which can be offered and practiced based upon the bhikkhunis. The next one is little bit different. Now we just talk about 4 types of danas. Sangha danas. These are 7 types of Sangha dana. The fourth one is the what I mentioned now. Again, ettakame bhikkhucha bhikkhuniyocha sanghato uddisatadi danam deti. A devotee can just visit a monastery where bhikkhunis and bhikkhus are available. Then he or she can invite to the head of the bhikkhus or the chief incumbent of the Sangha, Sangha leader, Venerable Sir, I'm happy to offer a dana, but I like 10 bhikkhus from the Bhikkhu Sangha and another 10 bhikkhunis from the Bhikkhuni Sangha. Or can invite, Venerable Sir, I want 50 bhikkhus from the Bhikkhu Sangha and another 50 bhikkhunis from the Bhikkhuni Sangha. I have an offering. So, taking 50 bhikkhus from Bhikkhu Sangha, another 50 bhikkhunis from Bhikkhuni Sangha, inviting them to a certain hall or to a house and a home, arranging home dana or group dana, they can offer. But here, the difference between the formally mentioned dana and the second, this current dana, is the formally mentioned, formally described Sangha dana, number is not included. Number is not involved there. But here, the devotee directly mentioned a number. I want 50 monks. I want 50 nuns. So both Sangha is represented. So If someone is going to offer a dana in this way, that is the fifth dana, Sangha dana. Ayam Panchami Sanghagata Dakkhiṇa. The next one is in this way. Ettakame bhikkhu sangato uddisatati dhanandeti. One does not go to bhikkhunis, but he focuses on bhikkhus only. Then he just visit to a monastery and invite venerable monks. Venerable sir, I want 25 monks. I am going to arrange a Sangha dana. So please send 25 bhikkhus. Please come to our house for Sangha dana. So this gentleman or lady is going to offer dana. And then on behalf of Sangha, 25 monks come to their house. So that is the Sangha dana. But here, number is involved. 25 monks are focused. That is Ayam Chatti Sanghagata Dakkhiṇa. The next one is in this way. Ettakame bhikkhuniyo sangato uddisatati dhanandeti. Someone can go to bhikkhuni or nunnery and invite bhikkhunis, Venerable Ayya or bhikkhunis. I like to offer a Sangha dana to 30 bhikkhunis. Please accept my invitation, and following day, please come to our house or a hall or a home or wherever they are going to arrange that Sangha dana. So then they have focused on 30 bhikkhunis. Number is still involved there. So Ayam Sattami Sanghagata Dakkhiṇa. You see, the Buddha in this way described to Venerable Ananda these 7 kinds of Sangha dana. As Buddhist followers, we should understand, we should know the difference between these the 7 danas. Number 1, just consider, can we offer the number 1 Sangha dana today? It is impossible. Why? The Buddha is not present. The Buddha is not available today. Therefore, it is impossible. It is not going to work. How about the second dana? Tathagate Parinibbhute. When the Buddha is gone to Nibbana, the bhikkhus and bhikkhunis can be used as receivers. It is today, according to the Theravada tradition, Theravada code of Vinaya for monks and nuns, only monks are available in the world, according to Theravada tradition. Thailand, Burma, Sri Lanka, Cambodia, Laos, precisely these countries are Theravada countries. These are the geographically field for Theravada practice, Theravada tradition. So in these countries we don't find Theravada nuns, according to the Vinaya code. Therefore, the second dana is impossible. It's not going to work. We can find certain bhikkhus, monks. So therefore, we should understand the first dana is impossible. The Buddha is not available here today. The second dana is impossible. It is impossible because bhikkhunis are not available today. And how about the third dana? Tathagate Parinibbhute Upato Sanghe Dhanandeti and Dutiya Sanghata Bhikkhu Sanghe Dhanandeti. How about the third Sangha dana? It is possible because Bhikkhu Sangha, the male disciples of the Buddha, monks are available in Sri Lanka, Burma, Thailand and Buddhist countries. Therefore, Bhikkhu Sangha dana is possible. The third one is possible. Again, the fourth Sangha dana is impossible. Why? Because, again, bhikkhunis are involved in the fourth dana. How about the fifth dana? It is impossible. Ettakame bhikkhuni yo sanghe dhanandeti. The devotee invites both Sangha. That dana is also impossible. How about the sixth dana? It is possible. Sixth dana is possible and it is practiced in Sri Lanka and Burma and Thailand. Some devotees invite 100 monks to their houses, and more than 100, sometimes 50, and they arrange Sanghadana only to venerable monks. It is possible. And seventh dana is not practical today because of inavailability of Bhikkhuni Sangha. So in this way, the Buddha firstly described the individual dana to Venerable Ananda. Secondly, the Sangha dana, group dana is described. Buddha added something to this portion of the Sutta, the Dhamma. Bhavisantiko Panananda Anagata Maddanam Gottara Bunu Kasava Kanta Dussila Papadhamma. Ananda, in future, there will come certain immoral persons. They are not virtuous. They don't practice wholesome things. Papadhamma. Dussila, they are immoral. Kasava Kanta, they just wear kind of threads in their neck just to mark and to represent Sangha. They don't wear robes and they just look like lay people. But still, as a mark of monkhood, they wear a kind of thread, kasava kanta, a piece of thread. Like some Brahmins in India today, they just wear a long thread and a kind of brown, yellowy thread they wear in their body, the upper part of the body, and sometimes they wear it in their neck. They just say that they are Brahmins. That type of practice is there. Similarly, in future, some persons may come, they are not virtuous, they are not in the wholesome things, but they represent Sangha. Tesu dussilesu Sangam uddisa danan dassanti. But people do not care of their way of living and way of doing what they are doing. Even today, some people are not aware of what these monks do. Tesu dussilesu sangam uddisa danan dassanti. But lay people, devotees, still believe that they are Sangha, they are disciples of the Buddha. They have that strong belief and strong assumption. So just having had faith in the Sangha, they don't disparage, they don't blame others, but they invite those people to their houses and arrange Sanghadana, but receivers are unvirtuous. They are not virtuous. But they are offering dana not to them, but to the Sangha. Tadapahang Ananda, Sanghagatan Dakkhiṇaṃ, Asankeyyaṃ, Apameyyam Vadāmi. But Ananda, because of that Sanghadana, I declare that the results and rewards and the anisansa, the results coming from such a Sanghagata dana and a Sangha offering cannot be counted, immeasurable, incalculable. Natvevāṃ Ānanda, Kenichi Pariyāyana Sanghagatāya Dakkhiṇāya Pātipuggalikāṃ Dānaṃ Mahappalatarang Vadāmi. Ananda, in any means, in any way, I do not declare that the individual dana is better and superior and much beneficial than Sanghadana. Buddha does not say that. Individual dana is not superior. Individual dana cannot bring much fruit to the offerer like Sanghadana. Therefore, the Buddha said clearly that Sangha dana, dana to venerable monks, regarding and just thinking that this dana is to venerable Sangha, that dana is the superior. That dana, that Sangha dana is the excellent dana, not the individual dana. That's why the Buddha refused to receive that Mahapajapati's, the stepmothers, 2 pieces of cloth. So Buddha encouraged her to offer those 2 pieces of cloth to Venerable Mahasangha, great Sangha. When clothes are offered to Venerable Mahasangha, and also I have been offered as well, and Sangha you have offered it to the Sangha and to the Buddha as well. So the Buddha included himself in the Sangha there. Something we have to understand here. You see, we have heard that 28 Buddhas appeared in this world. So far, including our Buddha, the Buddha Gautama, 28 Buddhas. Before that, there appeared so many thousands and millions of Buddhas. But the list of names are not available. Only 28 Buddhas' names are available. And the scriptures, the Buddhist literature, and the sutras, commentaries, everything described and mentioned only 28 Buddhas. The Buddhas' names, the places where they lived, and disciples' names, some specific matters and issues arose during those Buddhas' time, just mentioned and described in a clear way. So, you see, the people, the disciples and followers who attained Nibbana, who realized the Four Noble Truths, cannot be counted. And 1,000, million, 1 billion. There are 2 phrases. In Pali, asankheyang appameya. That means cannot be counted, incalculable. You cannot measure the number, therefore immeasurable. So these 2 words come hand in hand. It's like a phrase. Incalculable, immeasurable. Asankheyang appameya. You see, Nibbana is not full. It remains as it is, as a Nibbanic element. So in the Nibbana, we cannot find this is the Gautama Buddha, this is the disciples of Venerable Ananda, this is where Venerable Sariputta, this bit of Nibbana is representing Padumuttara Buddha, appeared just before our Buddha. So in this way, we cannot find any single personality as superior and Pacceka Buddha and Arahants and disciples. Nibbana is Nibbana. It's an element. Simply regard this as the present experience, what we just experienced even just now. That is the space, the sky. You see, now at this very moment, today you are listening to this Dhamma description, sitting and standing in your house. There is a room. You are sitting in the room. What is that room? What is that room? Room has 4 walls, a door, windows, a ceiling and floor. These are called parts of a room. So this is not room. There's a floor, a ceiling, the 4 walls, doors and windows. You see what is, then you can say where you are sitting, where you are staying now. You are staying, your body, you can say that you are sitting on a chair. Chair is also somewhere. Wall is not a room. It is a part of the room. Ceiling is not the room. It is a part of the room. The door and windows are not the room. They are parts of the room. Then, what is the room? Sometimes you may say, I just sit here. I go to the other room. And again you can say, I come to this room. You see, when you regard that walls are room, you can't go to the wall saying that I am going to the room. Because walls are part of the room. Ceiling is a part of the room. What is then? What is the room? This is what we have done. Just building 4 walls, just contain a certain space and blocking and framing the space and the sky and putting a ceiling and making a floor, then just that framed sky, the framed space, we regard as a room. You see, one family member may stay in a certain space and he or she moves away. And after that, we can't see any trace, any mark left behind that person, because his space cannot just have a trace. You see, space remains as space. Sky remains as space and sky, and there is no any single trace, any bit of trace. Similarly, in Nibbana, we can't find any single personality as disciples or Pacceka Buddhas or Buddhas. So all the Buddhas just eradicated defilements and broke these 5 aggregates into pieces and not clinging on any bit of these 5 and leaving everything behind. They just, like evaporated. Can say that? Evaporated. Like evaporated means just disappear. Evaporated is not to be seen. It disappears. Similarly, after attaining the enlightenment, becoming Buddhas and becoming Arahants, achieving all the supramundane achievements and success, after passing away means they will disappear and evaporated like that. Then we call it attaining Nibbana. Attainment of Nibbana means just eradicating physicality and dispersing them and causing them to disappear completely, causing consciousness and perceptions and formations all disappear and evaporate completely, and it's going to be not to be seen. So, you see, therefore, the Buddha used 2 words, asankheyang apameyang, immeasurable, incalculable. You can calculate, you can count houses, trees, roads, and you can count and calculate, and you can put numbers to each and every family members and villagers, your friends, and schools, boys and girls and teachers. But you cannot count the sky. You cannot count the space. You cannot similarly count Nibbana. Nibbana is only one. That is where all the Buddhas disappear into. Disappear means the cease into. So the Buddha realized this deep and profound, supreme, subtle Dhamma. That is called Nibbanic element. So, if you are going to offer dana to one single person who achieved that Nibbanic element, then that the results and rewards coming from that dana offering becomes kind of countable. You can count, you can measure it up, but if you are going to regard uncountable, immeasurable qualities of the Buddha, immeasurable, uncountable, incalculable qualities of the Sangha and Dhamma, then the results and benefits rising from such dana is immeasurable. That is what the Buddha wanted to impose and teach to his disciples. So as Buddhist followers, we should know these Dhamma, these qualities. Again, I want to just describe the last part of the Sutta. There are a few verses. It's called purification. It's called Visuddhidana. Visuddhati. That's a Pali word. purified or being purified. What is going to be purified? It's not the food, not the material items that is going to be offered to the Venerable Sangha. Here, purification or visuddhi means by way of virtues and qualities of the receiver and the giver. It comes in this way. There are 4 kinds of purification. Number 1 is yo silava, silavantesu dadati dana. One person is going to offer a dana. Yo silava dussilesu dadati dana. Silava means the person, the virtuous person is going to offer dana. He is a practitioner. He is virtuous. He or she has a kind of sila, moral condition in their life. But the receiver is dussila. That means immoral person. But the virtuous person is going to offer dana to such a dussila person. But dhammena laddam, what they are going to offer, that material items, material things, or dana food items, is also something gained in virtuous way, in righteous way. Not cheating others, not stealing, and not killing animals, and not selling fish and meats, but in righteous and in a lawful way, they have earned money, gained something to offer. Supasanna chitto, still their mind is full of joy. The mind of the practitioner, offerer, is filled with lightness and joy. Still they have abhisaddhaṃ kammapalang ularam. The belief of karma and results are still there. You see the 5 qualities are applied here. 5 qualities are applied clearly here. Number 1 is the giver's virtue, the virtuous person. Number 2 is the virtues of the receiver. Number 3 is the way they have earned money for the dana. Number 4 is the mental conditions, how they keep their mind during the dana practice offering, and how they accept and assume the karma and the result of it. So these are the 5 most important conditions that should be present in someone's dana. Without having that belief in karma, the dana does not purify. So here one thing is faulty, that is dussila. The virtuous person having something in righteous way, with still his mind filled with joy and believing karma, he offers something to a dussila person. Therefore, sa dakkhiṇa dāyakoso visujjati. But it is fruitful. Why? Because the dayaka, the one he is going to offer such dana, is the case. He is the source of purification of that dana. That is one way. Number 2, yo dussilo silavantesu dadati dana. On the other hand, the person who is going to offer dana is not virtuous. Completely immoral person, but he offers dana to a virtuous monk. Silavantesu dadati dana. And also because of his immorality, immoral life, unvirtuous life, he earned money in unrighteous way. His mind is not pleasant. Appasanna chittu. Anabhisaddhaṃ kammapalam. Such a dussila, immoral person does not have a belief and assumption of karma and its results. You see, only one reason is there. Still, the virtue of the receiver is the good condition. The rest of 4 is immoral. The person is immoral. What he gain, immorally gain. Does not believe karma, and his mind is negative. Therefore, That dana may happen, but that dana is still is pure. Why? Because of that the receiver's virtue. The receiver's virtuous condition, virtuous life, and moral condition can purify such person's dana. How can we understand it? You see, it happens during the Buddha's time. Once Venerable Sariputta made a visit to a certain person who is about to die. 55 years he killed people. That means the government imposed punishment to certain misbehaving people. So he was the slaughter. He killed those people. How long has he practiced? He practiced it for 55 years. And he was in his deathbed. He was dying. Venerable Sariputta happened to hear about that person. Then he went to visit him. He was lying on the bed. And by the side, there was some food, little bit of milk rice was there, made specially for this dying person. And out of compassion, Venerable Sariputta got closer to him. He was not pleasant. He was not pleasant at all. He did not believe karma. And he earned something, but in unrighteous way. By killing people, what money, what wealth you are going to earn, you are going to gain. So unrighteous way, unlawful way, karmically, he gained that much of things for his life. But now he is going to end his life. Venerable Sariputta appeared before him, and he has not done anything good for his life, for his safety. However, the Venerable Sariputta was able to make him a little bit happy and change his mind. So ultimately, even though he was a dusila, immoral person, and Venerable Sariputta caused him to offer a bit of food into his bowl. Finally, he did it. And ultimately, that much was the karma and good deed he performed in his life. And after some time, he died and was born as a deva in the divine abode. And this is called Silavantesu Dadati Dana. That means even though he was not virtuous and not something gained in righteous way, does not believe karma and results, but still that dana was able to bring much fruit and much benefit to his life. So that is why Dakkhiṇa Patiggāhakato Visujjati. Next one person is there. For example, he is a village. He is not virtuous, and he finds monks and receivers and beggars maybe, and they are not virtuous as well. Adhammena laddam, they have gained something to offer, and those money and wealth they gain in unrighteous way, unlawful way, maybe killing people, stealing and breaking down into houses. Appasanna chitto, still their mind is not happy. Anamisaddhaṃ kamma palang ularam, they don't believe karma or effect. You see, all five qualities, 5 reasons are in negative form. Natang danang vipula palang, such a dana, such a generous practice, such an offering is not capable enough to bring good results. Therefore, it's regarded as natan danam vipula palang. It is very low, inferior, unfruitful dana. But something happened. Again, yo silavantesu dadati danam dhammena laddam supasanna chittu. That is what we should learn. That is what, as Buddhist followers, we should practice in our life. We have to establish ourselves in the virtue. We should be virtuous people. Silavantesu dadati danam, finding virtuous monks and then arrange dana. Dhammena laddhaṃ. And also what you are going to offer as a piece of bread or a little bit of rice or whatever. Amount is not the matter, but the way you gain it is the case. Supasanna Chittu, having been pleasant-minded person, believe in karma and the results, you are going to offer dana. So 5 qualities are in wholesome way fulfilled. And all 5 qualities are there in pleasant way, wholesome way, and righteous way, and positive way. Tangve danang vipula palanti brumi. Such a dana, such a generous practice can bring much fruit, and such dana can be regarded as immeasurable, incalculable dana, and it becomes clearly purified. So the Buddha described this sutta to Venerable Ananda in this way. So one time is not enough to listen to this sutta. 2 times is not enough to listen to this sutta. You have to listen 5 times. You have to talk about it 10 times. When you just discuss, when you just listen to over and over again to the same sutta, contained with the same Dhamma factors, it will bring you much clarity and clear understanding and clear knowledge about this dana, and also will certainly help you to eradicate the defilements and cankers and craving and hatred and delusion, and also you will be able to focus on 4 noble truths and will attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. That is where we should end up our Dhamma journey as the Buddha, private Buddhas and Arahants did in the past and doing nowadays, going to do in future. So friends in the Dhamma, today just completing the second part of the Dakkhiṇa-Vibhaṅga Sutta, I just described to you this portion of Dhamma. I believe you must have had a certain amount of understanding, and also some of you might have read this sutta before. If it is not clear enough, you may have some understanding now. And also, even from these Dhamma explanations, your understanding is not clear, again you can read, you can listen to Dhamma. And again you can just have Dhamma discussions. It will greatly help you all to get into deeper and deeper level of understanding and also purification of knowledge. So I believe both sides, you and me, accumulated and gained much merit just stepping down to this Dhamma field. I bless you all. May you all be able to practice dana in righteous way as described in supreme way in this sutta, and also focusing on Sangha, not individuals, not privately friends and just individual personalities, and focusing on Sangha available here and now today, and practicing dana, and parallel to that practicing virtuous condition and things in your life. Again, practicing concentration and insight meditation within yourself. May all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. That is my soul wish. Thank you very much.
Andamayang Vadakata Sadhu Paramta Dhammase Sadhu 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 Anumodami.
Bhante, thank you very much, and may you, with this Dhamma talk, may you also attain whatever you've been aspiring to. May you attain Nibbana.
Thank you very much. Much
according to your wishes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.